We are back with the video and we will be talking about something interesting, something favorite for Manchester United fans and as a neutral too, because it's some appointment. We'll be talking about Ralph Rangnick, the confirmed new interim boss of Manchester United till the end of the season following the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's sacking. I don't know who Ralph Rangnick is. Just from the reports, he has been working for the sports and development, head of sports and development in Lokomotiv Moscow, a Russian side, and he has many, he's a German coach and everything. All those from the reports, half assignments, half results, everything was incomplete. So I need to have a research on who actually is Ralph Rangnick. It took me a day or a couple of days to finally fully understand, that's important, fully understand who Ralph Rangnick is. So we'll be discussing about that in this video. So without wasting any time, let's get this started. Ralph Rangnick is a German coach who is a 63-year-old and who has been working as a head of sports and development in Lokomotiv Moscow, and who has worked in bigger teams like Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga, Stuttgart, Schalke and the RB Leipzig. One of his main stints of coaching actually did start at the age of 6. At the age of 6, yes, you should believe me, at the age of 6. From that start, he was himself a student there and always trying to improve the system, improve the style of play, improve the team there in the Stuttgart or whoever, the hometown that he's been put in. In Tamil, you can actually say coaching very coaching, you can say very tanamana coaching. So he had that stint, he had that passion of coaching and improving the style of how a team plays from a very young age. At 6 years of age is no joke, is a no joke. So from there to actually going to Hoffenheim, then actually implementing that style of football, and everything is so mesmerizing. And it actually is so mesmerizing that Manchester United have picked up someone like Ralph Rangnick to be appointed as an interim boss, and then giving a 2-year contract to stay as a consultant in the club, which is a very great decision by Edward Wood and the board, Joel Glazer. One of the major talking points which has been put in a big article about Ralph Rangnick is that taking Schalke to the first ever Champions League semi-final by beating the Champions League holders Inter Milan by an aggregate of, you won't believe it, 7-3. The holders of Champions League, beating them and go to the semi-finals, and then defeated by the best of Manchester United side. And it was enough for the people around there in the Germany and also worldwide that he has got it. He has got something. And also winning the DFB Pokal with Schalke in the Bundesliga to the same season. And these many achievements has been done, and when he has actually started his official coaching career in his hometown, Vitoria, he was straight away adamant there. There's no room to, getting experiences or learning something in an industry or coaching stuff. He has everything stacked, and his style of play, the way football should be played has been ever clear in his mind before even actually going into a team for coaching. Given that he's adamant, he banned smoking 2 hours before kickoff, and then at times when he was not in a mood to or felt unimpressed, the matchday beers too were cancelled for players. So the adamant behavior was straight away from the start, and he had everything clear in his mind on what to do, what not to do, which player to select and which not to. He is so good in this system, in this matter, or in this loophole with how the team should be playing. He has given many interviews. We can actually go and see him explaining about the system of play he wants and the player he wants. A 22-year-olds who have that passion, who have that hunger to go around, do that press, run for that club, win the game, do that dirty work, everything. So we will be seeing that in Manchester United, and that itself would put a smile in one's face because finally it's actually a contrast of what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was. A style of play was, questionable on what is the actual pattern of play, and the Ralph Rangnick one is going to be complete opposite. The style of play is going to be so clear, so straightforward. We need to do that. Training sessions are going to be hectic, and it has to be that way. It has to be that way. There are some players in this Manchester United side who are stealing the living out of the club by taking the wage and not actually performing to what they should be performing in this Manchester United club. One of the biggest clubs like Manchester United, you couldn't be playing that lazy game in this Manchester United side. And there has to be much more, passion, much more hunger to win games. And with Manchester United's counter-attacking system and the amount of young players that they produce every year, it could be an easy take for Ralph Rangnick. It could be the best job he could be having, and we have the keys. One or two more signings, as we mentioned. Every now and then, a defensive midfielder or else a right back, a proper right back, would be it for Ralph Rangnick. Have a style of play, have a pattern of how you will be playing against an opposition, and how a pressing is important for his team, whatever team he is managing. He said that, what is little pressing? I'm not going to use little bit of that, little bit of this, little bit of this, a little bit of pressing. What is little bit of pressing? It's like a little bit of pregnant. It's like a little bit of pregnant. He literally said that in an interview. You either get pregnant or you don't get pregnant at all. So you press or you don't press at all. That's the actual message that's been put. So pressing is gonna be huge. And gegenpress, we talk about gegenpress. Gegenpress, in simple words, is actually pressing the opposition to their throat. As simple as that. And it's actually, gegenpress is actually that. If we lose a possession, we press. All the players press in such a way that we get the possession back quick on. All those, overloading those midfielders, overloading those, putting in that 1v3 situations, putting opponents in this 1v3 situations and taking that ball again, and many stuffs, and then counter-attacking. And counter-attacking, you have players like Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, Edinson Cavani, everyone, Bruno Fernandes. Everyone would be a perfect thing for Ralph Rangnick to thrive on. There's been a stat in 2018-19 that RB Leipzig's 60% of team goals have come 10 seconds after their team has taken that possession back from an opponent. 10 seconds after taking the possession, after grabbing possession. That's insane, isn't it? That's so insane. One of the teams like RB Leipzig producing all those young talents worldwide in recent times. May that be Sadio Mane, may that be Joshua Kimmich, may that be Erling Braut Haaland. Many players, and it is so fantastic. Timo Werner too. Many kudos to them to have Ralph Rangnick and producing much more very well talents who has that capability to go up high and perform in bigger stages like Sadio Mane. His press is absolutely fantastic. Joshua Kimmich, one of the best midfielders, and we are glad to be appointing Ralph Rangnick as the interim boss of Manchester United till the end of the season, and having him for 2 years in consultancy role in this club, and we would surely will be extending his contract after that too. So this gegenpressing idea has actually come from an influence of Dynamo Kiev legendary manager Valery Lobanovsky. So many stuff has been observed day and night by Ralph Rangnick from him. Many stuffs, and it was an awe for him, because in a friendly match, when that is a place where he actually saw players actually pressing his team continuously without giving any breathing space. He's never seen such kind of pressing like that. So he said in an interview, in a post-match or an interview, that he has actually lost against some bigger clubs many times, but those teams will be giving some kind of breathing space to adapt his playing style, or get the ball back, or have some time to think about on what is actually happening in the pitch. But this time it wasn't it. Their team wasn't giving any breathing space, wasn't giving any time. In fact, he once had to check that are they playing with 13 or 14 players on the pitch, because it was so draining for the players with the press they have been actually implementing. The Dynamo Kiev team has been implementing on his team. So he has to check 13, 14 players are there on the not. He was actually counting the players, and then what all things had to be done at that stage. It was a mesmerizing thought. So Ralph Rangnick's main tactics in this RB Leipzig side was actually a 4-2-2-2 or a 4-4-2 diamond, to be played with two strikers or two centre forwards, where that we will be getting it as Ronaldo or Martial, Ronaldo Cavani, or a Ronaldo Greenwood combo, and then our two number sixes, which Manchester United can't relate at all. Two number sixes drifting wide and pushing those fullbacks high up the pitch to create. So the number of creativity, the number of players in the box will not be an issue in Ralph Rangnick's system, Ralph Rangnick's attacking philosophy, you can say. So many stuff has to be implemented in this Manchester United side, and some incompetent players are still there in the club. They can actually revive, saying that this is actually a system and they can work for Ralph Rangnick. Some of them would be given the exit doors, and they won't be coming back again. Season hasn't finished yet. It's just 12 or 13 games, I guess. He will be taking charge against Chelsea on Sunday. We are playing Chelsea on Sunday, so Michael Carrick would still be there in the dugout, because he won't be getting actually the work permit for the Chelsea game before, so that he could arrive in the Chelsea game. So he'll be starting against, as a manager, as an interim boss, against Arsenal. So we have to see whatever is going to be happening. So that's it for today, guys. And Chelsea coming up, what do you expect? I expect a draw. Obviously a draw, a decent bit. I can't be expecting a win. I would be up to the moon if we win that game, but then a draw would be a fair result for us, because just a one game, Ralph Rangnick could take over, and we could have done that in the international break itself, that he could have been having that time, having that span of 2 weeks to train that team, or drill that team. So we can't go back now. So let's hope that everything goes well. So that's it for today, guys. So I'll be waiting in the next video. Until then, stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.